Yes, we're finally going to get an answer to this. Watch time versus audience retention. Go.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Sometimes all you want in life is a little bit of communication and transparency, and to be fair, YouTube are improving this, especially as we move into 2019. But when it comes to the algorithm or anything behind the scenes, YouTube are always a little coy in their responses, if you get any. However, that is starting to change as well. In a recent Q&A session on the YouTube community pages, the recommendations team came on to answer some of your questions. I'll leave a link in the video description if you want to read the whole page, which is absolutely fascinating, but I wanted to pick out some of the more intriguing ones which might be helpful to you as video creators. So let's take a look. The first question gets right to the heart of a matter of the type of things we need answering. I don't set certain words as tags if those words already appear in the title or description. Should I set them as tags even though those words appear in the titles and the description? And YouTube's very straight answer on this is no. Focus on the thumbnail, title and description, and don't worry too much about tags. YouTube have been hinting at this for the last couple of years, that tags simply don't matter anymore. And I can completely accept that as a video creator. The question I would put to YouTube is, well, why don't you just get rid of them? And what do they actually do now? And the reason I ask this is because YouTube still uses tags on their new videos. So they must have some value, and you're investing some time into video tags, so what's the purpose of them? If you've done the keyword research, which is important for titles and descriptions, adding a tag should be a mere formality that vidIQ Boost can help you do with automatic suggestions that you can add with a single click of a button. After selecting not interested on several videos from a channel I don't subscribe to, why does that channel pop up in my recommended? I don't like the channel and don't want recommendations for them. Interesting question. YouTube's answer is, while we do consider how many videos from a channel you've marked as not interested, we don't have any hard rules that will stop all recommendations from a channel based on a certain number of marked videos. In order to prevent all videos from a channel appearing in your recommendations, you need to tap the Tell Us Why after marking a video as not interested, and then select Not Interested in this channel. We are exploring improvements to make this easier. Sounds like there's a war being waged between the YouTube recommendation engine and your personal preferences. I think we'll all agree that when we tap Not Interested, it means we don't want to see that channel at all. But the only way to really interpret that from a computer's point of view is to ban that channel from that viewer. And do you really want to do that from a recommendation point of view? Interesting one to think about. Does the quality of the video resolution matter during recommendations? YouTube's answer, only if it matters to the viewer in terms of how much it satisfies them. So I think this kind of debunks the myth from an algorithm point of view that 4K videos matter on YouTube. YouTube are basically saying a viewer may have a preference to watch 4K videos, that's why you can see the symbol and filter by that on search, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go to the top of the search rankings. Some channels will pride themselves on the quality of their content. For example, MKBHD in the technology sector produces videos at a super high resolution, and that helps viewers gravitate towards his content. You're probably not aware of this, but we tried 4K content for a couple of months, and it made absolutely no difference to the amount of times our content was being recommended. Alright then, here's a big one. I wonder how my audience retention is going to be affected by this. What has changed in the algorithm, and what tips do you have to get videos recommended? Do I work on the title more, the thumbnail, the tags? What do I need to focus on? The algorithms, if there's more than one, didn't know that, change constantly based on billions of bits of audience feedback. What doesn't change is our principles, which include delivering recommendations most likely to satisfy the audience and keep them coming back to YouTube over the long term. Our algorithms listen to the audience, and so we recommend that you do the same. Thumbnails and titles are the primary sources of information viewers see when deciding which videos to watch, and therefore have a lot of impact on how a recommendation impression converts to a view. Then the video itself has to deliver on the promise of the title and thumbnail to invest the viewer in watching more videos from your channel. Once you convert a viewer to watch, make sure that it is a great video that they will enjoy. Viewers don't see tags, and we have found them to be of limited value in understanding which viewers are likely to be interested in watching the video. A good rule of thumb is to focus on what the viewer sees the most, and that's the thumbnail and the title and of course the video itself. If you have to pick only one thing to focus on, it would be creating the content that satisfies viewers and keeps them coming back. So a second mention there of tags not being that important, and a general consensus that the most important things are the title and the thumbnail to attract the viewer into your content and then keeping them on the content. To analyze this sort of stuff, you want to be looking at the click-through rate and the average view duration or watch time on your videos, and we've just done a massive beginner's guide on that topic right over here. Go on, watch it. It's well worth it. Does editing a title, description or thumbnail after uploading affect how much a video is recommended? This question is based on the assumption that in the past, if you changed important parts of your metadata like the title, then YouTube may re-index your video. In other words, resetting all of the potential value on authority it has in search rankings. So this is YouTube's answer now. It depends on whether the updates make them better for the viewer, worse, or about the same. There is no disadvantage in the system related to updating these, so if you think you have an improvement, give it a try. So to me that sounds like YouTube is placing the responsibility of a video's success purely in the hands of the viewer and whether or not they like that thumbnail and title. Now, we ourselves have made some subtle changes on videos. For example, we ranked #1 for how to start a gaming channel on YouTube. We made a couple of changes and it's still ranked #1, so we couldn't see any reset, so to speak. So if you want to start playing about with your titles, descriptions and thumbnails, YouTube, not us, YouTube is giving you permission to do so. All I would say is proceed with caution. If you have a video that's exceeding above expectations for your normal content, you've probably already done the things right that you need to do. This is an interesting one. Why are so many videos in recommended from my subscribed channels? I have those in my subscriptions. I don't want them recommended too. They're taking up space when they could be used for other videos which are related to what I like and watch but are from channels which I do not follow. And YouTube's response is, we aim to reach viewers with videos they are interested in watching wherever they happen to be, and our home feed is designed to bring whatever is most engaging and satisfying to you front and center, whether you're subscribed to or not. We have found that some viewers prefer their homepage to be only familiar content from subscriptions, while others want the opposite. We aim to give each viewer what they like, and your feedback is helpful in reminding us that we either need to do a better job at learning that, or give you the ability to tell us it's the product. Now, a lot of people have been asking about this one recently. It's a great question. Over the last year, my channel has had a nice growth on YouTube search, but gets less and less on suggested video views. How can I improve my odds of being suggested? Historically, as your channel started to build momentum, you would get a lot of views from suggested videos, those videos down the right hand side on a desktop or below the video on a mobile device. But more and more we've been seeing that traffic source diminish, and more views seem to come from browse features, which is a lot more vague to the video creator analysing the success of their content. And I have to say, YouTube's answer on this is quite vague too. Suggested videos are recommendations on the watch page that viewers may be interested in watching next. These videos include personalised recommendations based on the viewer's previous watches and the videos that are topically related. You may want to consider these tactics to increase traffic for suggested. At the end of your videos, make strong calls to actions to encourage the viewer to watch another video in your series. Avoid overlong endings that delay viewers from watching more. Consider using playlists, links, cards and end screens to promote another video, and develop a series or show of videos that are organically connected. So I don't think that answers the question of a perceived change in the way that suggested videos work on YouTube. What they're saying is that you should connect your videos with more of your video content so that you get more session watch time, which we completely understand, but I think the question was, how do we connect our videos to other channels' videos so that we've got all of that crossover connectivity in views? What specific number threshold and or percentages does YouTube value or require for a video to be recommended more? Is audience retention more important or watch time? For example, a 15-minute video with 5 minutes watch time, 33% retention versus a 4-minute video with 3 minutes watch time, 75% retention. What should I be paying attention to more in my analytics to duplicate for further success? Yes, we're finally going to get an answer to this. Watch time versus audience retention. Go! There is no magic number that the audience is looking for when they choose a video. Oh. There are no magic numbers or minutes or percentage our system optimizes for. More is better. As for the importance of absolute versus relative watch time, it varies by surface, for example search, home, up next, etc., and changes over time. Our advice would be to find a good balance. Use your audience retention reports and YouTube analytics, and if you see viewers are abandoning at a certain point, try to figure out what in your video might have led them to that. And if most viewers are watching the whole way through your video, you have probably room to experiment with longer form content. I think YouTube are basically saying... There were some fantastic questions there and some relatively good answers from YouTube. Here's how I would summarise this. YouTube are trying to tell the video creators who ask these questions to not think so much about the algorithm and think about the viewer, the audience, the mindset of those people, not the technicalities and the numbers of a computer-generated learning machine. But I think what the recommendation team who answered these questions from YouTube can't fully appreciate is that the video creators are in the trenches every day on YouTube and they see some weird and wacky things going on with their analytics. That's why they're asking questions such as, do tags still matter? And whether audience retention is more important than watch time. The recommendation team probably can't give specific answers to specific questions because first of all, they're likely not video creators, so they're not impacted by these questions every single day. And maybe they don't know the specific answers because it is controlled by the algorithms. They can guide where it's going to go with principles, but every day the algorithm is learning and making subtle modifications to how it recommends content on YouTube. We of course find all of this absolutely fascinating, and I do want to say thank you very much to the YouTube recommendation team for opening themselves up to these questions and trying to answer them, I'm sure, as honestly and truthfully as possible. We'd love to know what you think about all of the answers to all of these questions. Let us know in the comments below. As I said earlier, there's a lot more in the Q&A session on the YouTube community page. I'll leave a link in the description. We've got awesome vidIQ videos both here and here. We will see you on either of those videos right now. Enjoy the rest of your video making day.